everybody? So we reached 1,000 subscribers. That's crazy. And as a thank you, I just wanted to answer a few questions for you guys. Do a Q&A video. Katali3747 asks, how old is Leighton? Leighton is 1 year and 3 months old. Ben Weiss asks, when's Leighton's birthday? His birthday is June 7th, 2012. Tia Cheers 5678 asks, what do you and Leighton like to do most together? We really don't have like a certain thing that we're just like, yeah, but something we do a lot is I'll put my hands up and he'll start like boxing my hands and he'll go when he punches. Also he likes to sit on my chest and like slide off of me. He really likes that and starts laughing a lot. Teachers 5678 also asks, this question's for Leighton. He asks, do you like your long curly hair?
Yeah, but sometimes it gets in my face.
Yanni A asks, does Leighton know any words? He knows how to say mom, dad, he can say phone, he says hot, he says yay, boo, uh-oh. He can probably say more, but I don't focus on the words he say. I'm trying to get him to like, just listen. That's my main goal because he understands. I know he understands what I'm saying, so whenever I tell him not to do something or to do something, he'll act like he doesn't know what I'm saying, but he does. So that's like my main focus and point right now is trying to get him to listen whenever I tell him to do something. Giant Nerd asks Leighton, what is the secret to your epicness?
Well, I mean, my daddy is pretty awesome, so I probably get it from him.
The Tomboy 515 asks, what were your first thoughts when you found out Leighton's mom was pregnant? It really didn't affect me. I was just like, okay. But whenever he was born, that's whenever I was like, whenever it got real and sort of set in, and I was just like, this is happening. MNK asks, what are your long-term plans? I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing right now until I can get a grasp on life, because it's kind of hectic right now. But my long-term plans are, if I can, I really love doing YouTube, and I enjoy doing it. But I don't want to work at McDonald's forever, so I'll probably go to college, and I have a few majors in mind, but I haven't focused on just one yet. Corey713 asks, what was it like letting your parents know you were going to be a father? My dad was the first person that knew, and I mean, my parents both in general, they weren't happy, but they weren't mad. Like, you know, they told me I shouldn't have done it, or like, They told me that basically all the responsibilities I'm going to have and how I'm going to have to like give up stuff, and I guess how any parent would react. I mean, but then again, throughout whenever my baby mama was getting pregnant, they got excited because they'd see pictures of him and stuff like that. Epic7659 asks,
how awesome is it to have the wizard as an uncle?
Cool.
It's cool?
Daniel C. Butts asks, what's your first name? My first name, I guess, is Christopher, but I really don't go by that. Only a few people call me Christopher, and usually people just call me Chris, but that's my first name. And my life growing up was, I guess, pretty average and normal. I mean, I did what any normal kid does. I went to school, I played sports, I ate, until I, found out Leighton's mom was pregnant. Then that's when it changed. Two Balls One Cockable asks, what's your biggest dream? I guess my biggest dream would be for Leighton. I guess it's like a 2-in-1 thing. Like, I want Leighton to not have to worry about anything. So, like, while he's growing up, I don't want him to have to worry about. I don't want him to worry about anything, and I want him to grow up to be super responsible and super, nice and respectful, and that's what I want to teach him and instill in his little mind, because I want him to be a gentleman. Tina Yang asks, who named Leighton and why this name? Whenever we found out that we were having a boy, we started just writing down a bunch of names and crossing them out, and there were a few, but I liked Leighton. Like, Leighton's full name is Leighton Dean Bain. And I thought that sounded really good, but whenever he was born, and I'll still look at him now, and to me, he doesn't look like a Leighton. Hopefully he grows into it. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for him to grow into it, because I don't think he looks like a Leighton. What do you guys think? Does he look like a Leighton to you? Kaylee Stanfield asks, does Leighton have a favorite toy/blanket? He does. This was actually in one of the vlogs. He has a little tiny monkey, and I still haven't picked a name for it. I asked you guys to pick a name. I still haven't picked a name, but it's a tiny little monkey that he always has, and he sleeps with it. Taylor Cook asks, does Leighton's mom ever take him for a few days? And if so, how do you feel about it? She does take him for a few days. Whenever I can't watch him, like if I have to go to work and I have nobody else to watch him, then I'll give him to her and let her watch him until I get off. And I mean, like, I want Leighton to be around his mom, but at the same time I don't because of how she is. So it's sort of like, it's just a weird situation because of the way she is. Zach Chabat asks, when were you born and where were you born? I was born December 23rd, 1994. And I was born in a tiny little town called Rockport, Texas. Diamo asks, does Mackenzie live with you or is she just there sometimes? And how old were you when Leighton was born? Mackenzie, that is, for those of you who don't know, is my brother's child. So that's my niece. And she doesn't live with us, but she comes over every day, and sometimes she'll spend the night. And I was 17 when Leighton was born. Hamaza Masad asks, do you still talk to Leighton's mom? Not really. She actually talks to my mom more than we talk to each other because I don't know. I don't know. 916 MySpace Freaks asks, how tough is it raising Leighton while managing other things in your life? It's difficult at times, but usually in a child's life, they have both their mom and their dad. So the stress is like balanced. Now, when it comes to Leighton and his mom, I pay for everything. She doesn't pay child support. She doesn't pay for anything at all. So I support Leighton 100%. I buy him all his necessities. And I guess at times it does get tough because I'll just be dead tired. And luckily I have my parents to help me, so I'll like ask my mom, I'll be like, can you watch him for a little bit? I'll go ask my dad. And they help a lot. And just getting a grasp on everything can be just like, whoa, sometimes, but it's all worth it. There's the times where I just want to rip my hair out, but then there's the times I'm like, easy. This question's for Kinsey. Sloth's breast milk asks,
Kinsey, what do you think of One Direction?
I don't know.
Okay, so all these next like 4 or 5 questions, or 3 or questions are from Noah Grenwald. He asks, is Leighton gonna get a haircut or not? Yes, he is, because as you saw, his hair was crazy. The reason why it looked like that, I don't think you really saw it good enough, but his mom straightened his hair to see how long it was, and I saw him and I was just like, no, I'm not gonna have Leighton look like this. He just looks so girly. Boys aren't supposed to look like girls, so whenever I saw his hair, I was just like, it's getting cut ASAP. He also asked, what's it like raising a child at my age? It has its times, it has its struggles, but I guess one of the main things... Oh, this sort of goes into his next question, is advice for people in the same situation. I guess the best advice would be to get a job because kids are expensive. Leighton eats like $15 in food a day, I think. And he is just expensive. He's expensive. And for advice, I would just say get a job, you need the money. You basically have to give up your friends. You really can't hang out. You just have to accept that fact. And I guess other than that, just teach your child how to be nice. That's what I'm trying to, get him to do. I'm trying him to be nice. He's a little turd sometimes. Let's see. Any other advice? Okay. This was a bad thing. Don't sleep with your child. Don't sleep with them, because for a while there was a period where Leighton would sleep with me, and he got to that point where he wouldn't go to sleep without anybody. Like, he would have to sleep with somebody to fall asleep. And if you didn't sleep with him, he would go freaking bananas crazy. So that's one thing I would tell you, just get them used to sleeping on their own, because it was such a hassle. dealing with him. Sometimes he would stay up for like 45 minutes and just cry. It's crazy. Don't sleep with him. Don't get him used to it. All right. And for the last question, this was the most asked question. What's the story behind you and your baby mama? I've said this before. This story is extremely crazy and like it's pretty personal. That's part of the reason why I won't tell y'all yet. The people that I have told are just like bleh, mind blown. They really don't. They're just like it's a crazy story. And I see in the comments, I saw a comment there like a million's too long to wait. A million, really? It probably will be a long time if I ever get 1 million subscribers, if I'm ever that lucky. But that is a 1 million subscriber special story because of the drama and the intensity, and it's just a super. It would take forever to tell you guys the story because of how, like, you might think I'm exaggerating it, but once you hear it, if you ever hear it, if I ever get to that point, then you're just gonna be like, that's pretty crazy. Anyway, so I just wanted to thank you guys for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. It's awesome. It means a lot that all of you people like to watch my life, and Leighton, mainly Leighton, because he's so adorable. So just keep doing what you're doing, commenting. I read all the comments. I love all the comments. Keep showing the support. It makes me happy, and it makes me just like, yeah. So yeah, just stay awesome. So thank you guys for watching.